much. You almost took me by surprise.
Let me help.
No, thank you. It's fine.
This is the moderator's
Thank you
role.
very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you also for the invitation. I think it's a very important event, a very timely conference, and also the idea of trying to see what have been and what still are the experiences of Central and Eastern Europe and also of the Balkan countries, to compare them and to draw experiences and lessons also for the transition process we are finding ourselves in, or which we are witnessing now in the Arab world. This is, I think, a very timely thing, and I think congratulations also to those who had the idea and who organized this, and especially to Nigi Mladenov. I will try to be very brief in order to save time, because I think it's always much more important and interesting to get into an interaction. I'm sure that there will be a lot of valuable contributions and questions also from the audience. I would like to start by stating maybe the obvious, that developments in Northern Africa and the Middle East are still ongoing, and that nobody can foretell the final outcome. I think this we have to keep in mind, and also I think it is a pity somehow that especially developments in Libya are now some sort of overshadowing developments in Egypt and Tunisia. And also I think we have to bear in mind that the situation in each Arab country is definitely a separate case. So I don't think that we can have a pattern roadmap, if you want, for state institutional modernization, especially for the region and the Arab world. And I think we also have to be clear about that no change can be properly implemented unless it fulfills two key preconditions. And these two key preconditions for me are, first of all, the respect for the people's individual identity and culture. And the second thing is that we need the genuine support from the societies themselves. I think without those two preconditions, it will not be possible to have real institutional modernization and real transformation of the region into what we hopefully want to see, genuine democracies. Let me briefly turn to the Balkan experience, since this is also the idea behind this conference. I think it's of particular significance in our discussion. And Greece, as an immediate neighbor of the region of the Balkans, has followed the transition period very closely. And I dare to claim that Greece has also contributed substantially to the stabilization of the region and to the reform process which is still underway in many countries of the Balkans. The important element here, and I think we have to stress this, is that we had a key driving force behind all those reform efforts here in the Balkans, and this is nothing less than the vision of EU membership. I think we all agree that this vision, a very concrete vision for EU membership, was the driving force for the Balkan countries to undergo the necessary reforms, and still they are in this process. And I have to say, since we are also here in Bulgaria and in the Balkans, that remarkable progress has been done in all the countries of the Western Balkans, but still there is quite a way to go. We should not forget this. And we should also not forget that within the European Union we are facing some sort, like the famous word, enlargement fatigue, which also in the context of the economic crisis that we are facing internationally and globally, we should not underestimate the impact of this enlargement fatigue also within the European Union. And I'm saying this only in order to mention also here in our discussion the initiative that we have taken in the past 1.5 years, the so-called Agenda 2014, in order to give again a new political momentum and revive the EU accession process for the Balkan countries. So this perspective of joining the European Union as a driving force is certainly not available for the Arab countries undergoing political transitions. This is something that we have to bear in mind. We don't have such kind of an instrument or a mechanism, if you want, that gives those countries this driving force, something to look to, up to. But this brings me to the point that we need also as European Union, and I know that there will be another panel that will focus on this in the afternoon, but I think we cannot let this out also from our discussion. As European Union, we need to develop a new partnership, if you like, with our southern neighbors. We need a visionary, all-inclusive political and economic package to give, again, more impetus to the revolution that is going on in our southern neighborhood, in Northern Africa and the Middle East. And we need to work out and make available what I would like to call a European Marshall-type plan for the region. This could be the true European contribution to the region and to the developments of the region. And I'm saying this also in a spirit so that there are no misunderstandings, because when you're dealing with the Arab world, certainly sometimes there is the feeling from the Western world there is coming some imposement, that the Western world is coming again to impose certain things on the Arab world or to dictate things. I think this is very crucial to clear up such kind of misperceptions, and we as European Union have to be very clear on that when we are talking about, as I have called it, a Marshall Plan, a European Marshall-type plan for the region, it is not in the spirit of we are coming to help, to assist also in economic terms. We have also as Europeans and European Union to see this as an investment for ourselves, because we are talking about creating peace, real stability in the region. Peace, real stability in the region means also peace and stability for the European Union. We want to create economic growth in the region. Economic growth in the region means also economic growth for the European Union. And also we are talking about taking measures, preventive measures if you want, to address issues that are already a challenge for Europe, and in my view will be of even higher importance and an even higher challenge for the European Union in the immediate future. And this is about the transition, the migration flows from this region. So if we invest in the right way, in a preventive manner in the region, we can also prevent such kind of developments to be seen in the immediate future. So this is my point, a Marshall-type plan by the European Union to support the region, to help the region, but also this as an investment by the European Union itself. There are a lot of detailed sectors that need to be supported. Again, Europe has know-how on all critical areas of the democratic process, especially with a view to the consolidation of a democratic political parties and trade unions, for the reform of the media, for instance, the security sector reform. All those are things that need to be supported. Technical knowledge is necessary, consultancy and training courses if you like, unnecessary. And they could also be delivered through established local NGOs, which need also to be supported by us. And I'm coming to a final point, and again, you will allow me to put my country, Greece, again into the center. When we are talking about democracy and emerging democracies or transitions to democracy and the thinking of giving the necessary aid and support, but again, not dictating, cooperating with the forces there. I think that Greece can play a specific role, more in symbolic terms, if you like, and in such kind of transition periods, and when we are talking about revolutions, as you mentioned very, very clearly and very, very correctly. Symbolisms play a huge role, and this is why Greece, we are thinking of establishing what we call a Center for Democracy for the region, having this in mind, that Greece, Athens specifically, being the birthplace of democracy, can, and Greece being part of the immediate region with traditional relations, historic relations of mutual understanding and respect with the Arab world, that Greece could play a role by establishing such kind of a center for democracy where we could invite those young people, those young politicians from the region to cooperate with those from Europe and other countries who have the experience and being trained, being assisted in this difficult task they have in front of them. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Don't limit only to the young. The older are also